This is the very first time the number of new confirmed cases decreased to two-digit number. And of that 74 new cases in Wuhan, 0 cases reported in other cities, and Shandongjia Forestry region has 0 cases reported in 14 consecutive days. As of March 6, 18,518 patients are hospitalized, 4,395 in severe condition, 964 in critical condition. As of March 6, total deaths reached 2,959. On March 6, new deaths was 28, 21 in Wuhan, taking up 75% of the number in Hubei. As of March 6, the number of total cure and discharge number was 43,468. March 6, the number was 1,502, including 1,157 in Hubei, taking up 77% of the total number discharged in Hubei. Starting from February 19th, number of newly cured and discharged patients have exceeded number of newly confirmed COVID-19 patients in 17 consecutive days. Now I give the floor to Mr. Wang Xiaolin to introduce the work carried out by Tianjin anti-epidemic team to Hubei. Friends from the media, good afternoon. Since the outbreak of the pneumonia coronavirus, the Tianjin municipality has earnestly implemented key instructions and arrangements made by CBC Central Committee and General Secretary Xi Jinping and follow the unified deployment arrangement and mobilization. And we always put the top priority to our assisting work to Hubei Province and Tianjin and the Enshi Prefecture. The top leadership in Tianjin made 20 meetings to make plans and said farewell to the medical team to Hubei. And we also have conducted many different tele conferences to hear the reports of our frontline works. And we also had established a leading team in Hubei and team in Enshi. Wuhan is the main battlefield against COVID-19. What the frontline needed was what we should provide. So we sent 1,602 medical personnel to support Wuhan. The Wugang Second Hospital, Zhongnan Hospital, and the first hospital, these are the 3 designated hospitals. Jiangxia, Jiang'an, Jianghai Jinkai Development Zone, Zuankou, these 4 makeshift hospitals also have conducted a combination of TCM and Western medicines. Till now, we have cured 1,197 patients and 617 were discharged. Enshi Prefecture is our pairing up field. We have sent 3 batch of doctors from Department of Infrastructure, the laboratory, the respiratory medicine, infectious disease, ICU, CCM. Right now we have more than 130 personnel in Enshi. We rush to the front line upon our arrival, and focusing on the treating of the patients and cutting off the transmission. We touch great importance on the treatment to both the critical symptoms and the mild symptoms patients. And we also focus on providing the counseling that focus on the mental situation, and also conducting a telemedicine service and received a good progress. So far, we have seen there is no new case reported in 5 consecutive days, and the cure rate reached 91.7%. The mortality rate is 3.8%, and also have seen 0 suspected cases. And we make sure what we should bring everything to Hubei, to Wuhan, to Enshi, and we have mobilized everything available to fulfill the needs of the medical supplies in Hubei, Wuhan, and Enshi. So far, we have supported 34,000 pieces of medical supplies, along with the daily necessities. 60 million people back in Tianjin are stand behind us to support our work. Through the Red Cross and the Charity Association, right now we have received more than 70 million donations in capital. And we also have strengthened our party leadership and discipline, like the party flag flying high over the battlefield. And we also established a party group for each medical team, and also identify a clear role and responsibility as well as the function of the party group. Many are party members, always made the exemplary role, and also a lot of healing stories happened. So far, we have more than 340 medics applied to party on the front line, and 30 among whom already joined the party. In Hubei, Enshi prefectures, and Hubei, the localities and people across the life has attached a great importance and care and kind to our medical team, that also give a lot of courage to our team and maintain our morale. We will stay firmly in our confidence, and we'll continue our fighting bravely to win the battle against COVID-19 in Hubei, in Wuhan, and in Enshi to make our contribution. Thank you. Now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Hui Jianlin to introduce the work carried out by Jiangsu medical team. Friends from the media, good afternoon. Jiangsu has implemented conscientiously the key species instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping. We have mobilized the best resources and personnel to support our missions to Hubei. With our actual action, we have seen the good progress, and we also have made a satisfactory answers to this test. We have the call, and Jiangsu always make the response. I believe this is also our main feature when we're dealing with the COVID-19. Preparing our program, we have done in the following areas. First, we made all-out efforts. The localities has attached great importance in this regard, and conducting many conferences in this regard to make plans. And we have also established a leading group on epidemic prevention and control and frontline commander. Our command office in Hubei Province, the senior titled Carges always took the key positions to shoulder more responsibilities, and this is also showcase that we always clear our duties and perform our responsibilities. And second, we have also made a big effort to support Hubei in terms of medical supplies. We have sent 3,100 medics. The 2804 the doctors and nurses we sent, so the biggest group across China, including Department of ICU, CCM, the respiratory, the TCM, nursing, the anesthesiology. And third, we have stayed in Hubei for quite a long time. And in Hubei and Huangshi, in total 15 hospitals, covering the city level, provincial level, and township level hospitals, as well as makeshift hospitals. And we have admitted confirmed patients, the suspected cases, and also we have treated all kinds of patients, including the critical conditions as well as mild conditions. Besides the medics people, we also sent the personnel from the environmental protection, law enforcement, the CDC, to give our all-out efforts to support Hubei. Under the interagency prevention and control mechanism, as well as the CPC Central Committee and great support given by the localities in Hubei as well as the Jiangsu City, our work have been conducted in an orderly and effective manner. What we have achieved so far? First, we have achieved good results in treating patients. As of March 6, our team to Wuhan has admitted more than 4,442 patients, and we have cured 1,866 people. After we arrived in Jiangsu, the newly cured patients in Jiangsu 781, and the cure rate reached 80.4% in Jiangsu. And second, we also have improved the capabilities in feeding epidemic. We have supported the local designated hospitals to establish our sightings and the landscape in the principles of the 3 wards and 2 passageways, and also conduct the epidemiological investigation as well as nosocomial infectious management. So far, just the 2 new confirmed cases, which we can see this number reflects the efforts paid back in terms of the curbing the spread of virus. Going forward, we'll focus on improving the rate of admission and recovery, lowering the infection and mortality, make sure we have practice our responsibility and duty, and learn well the pictures in Hubei, in Jiangsu, and we should work together with people in Hubei to fight against the COVID-19 fight and defend Hubei, Jiangsu, and Wuhan. Thank you. Now I give the floor to Mr. Lu Zhiyuan to talk about the work carried out by Hainan epidemic prevention control team. Friends from the media, the Hainan government has actively made response to the calls of the central government, and we have earnestly implemented the constructions made by General Secretary Xi Jinping, and we made all our efforts to support Hubei. We have sent 7 medical teams of 864 personnel to Hubei in the 22 hospitals. As of March 6, we have admitted 2,272 patients and cured 873 patients. And we have finished 929 epidemiological research. And close contacts admitted 823. And we have collected the samples of 1,201. Talking about work, the very first day of the Lunar New Year, the Party Secretary of Hainan government conducted a meeting, and we have organized 149 medics to send to Jiangsu in no delay. In order to better unify our action and deployment, we have established the party group and the command office on the front line. All the party members practice the spirit of army, and also to practice the professional spirit, and we have firm confidence to win the battle against COVID-19. Second, we have made a focus and conducted targeted measures. After the first batch of medics arrived in Jiangsu, and we have run to the 9 hospitals in Jiangsu, especially in the key positions of ICU wards and CCM, and also help us to improve the capability of treatment to the patients at a very early time, and also give a good effect on curbing the spread of virus in Jiangsu, and we also conduct different ways to establish the consultation group, including the expert group on the front line, as well as the doctors and experts panels at the headquarters. And we also have conducted the multidisciplinary measures to treat the patients in order to lower the mortality rate. The command center on the front line has dispatched 4 batches of 78 medics to the Hongfu city, which is hardly hit areas, and also the other villages and township. And we have provided a safe guarantee to the containment efforts in Huangshi. And we have also sent a group of experts to the different places in Jiangsu, and we have gave the guidance on the study of the virus and cut off the transmission route and also quarantine the suspected cases, which laid a solid foundation for the whole situation turning for the better. And our experts have been sent to the Huangshi and Jiangsu once again, and to produce many reports and guidance, and which also adopted by the local government in a timely manner, as also conducive for the further containment efforts carried out. So far, we have supported 9 batches, 49 items of medical supplies, including the respirators, goggles, the face shield, protective suits, and 95 masks, the equipment, medicines, totaled 32,000. At the very beginning, there is a severe shortage of daily necessities, and Hainan Province, we had a seasonal advantage. We have the vegetables and fruits go to the market earlier than other provinces. So we sent these kinds of the daily necessities to Wuhan, Jinzhou, Xiaogan, Huanggang, Ezhou, and other cities, totaled 4,552.22 metric tons. And we also sent 6 batches of daily necessities, reached 1,951 metric tons of daily necessities to Xiaogan. And also received supported from all walks of life, and also emphasize on the awareness on the protection of medics and emphasis on the zero infections. Jianghan, Fangcang makeshift hospitals are doctors had a suddenly injury. The Hainan government and also the Central Steering Group also attached great importance and care to our doctor, and also the Central Steering Government also paid a visit to the hospital to see our doctor and also convey the message from Vice Premier Sun Chunlan. The Union Hospital also gave the operation to Dr. Chen Jingwan, and Chen Jingwan right now is cured and discharged from the hospital. Hubei, Wuhan, Jiangsu, the localities have made all efforts to protect our safety and also fulfill our needs in accommodation, daily needs, and also have a specific contact person to give us support, which all reflects that Hainan Province and Hubei Province are from one family. We all work together. We believe we will keep up our high morale and stay firmly confident to fight bravely. On the next phase, the Frontline Command Center will continue to lead our team. We will not relax mentally, and we will for sure win the battle against COVID-19 to defend Hubei, Jinzhou, and Wuhan. We will not lightly announce victory until we win at every place. Now the floor is open. Please identify your media affiliation before raising the question. Tianjin Daily. My questions to Mr. Wang from Tianjin Municipality. So you was on the front line to give the support to Hubei Province and Enshi. Would you please talk about your impressive stories? Thank you for your question. In this fight against COVID-19, I believe just same as everyone, we have touched close attention to the development, the of the situation of COVID-19, and also I hear the report from our 18 medical teams, and we have many impressive stories, healing stories every day. I believe that's true to Tianjin medical team, and also that also applied to other medical teams from different provinces. I would like to give you some examples. Mr. Zhang Boli, the academician of Chinese Academy of Engineering, and also the president of Tianjin Medical School, also one of the members from the national expert group. And the third day of the Lunar New Year, Mr. Zhang Boli was arrived in Wuhan and always fight in Wuhan on the front line. Because of the hard work, he had an operation and remove the gallbladder, saying that although I left my gallbladder here, but I will not take any step backward. And his son also in our medical team. And actually, these two didn't meet each other. And his son heard the story that his father was sick. And Mr. Zhang Boli said that, I'm not your patient, look after your patient. So this is a really touching story and very inspiring. Our medical team, also one nurse, she was fighting on the front line. His father also was ill and passed away suddenly. She heard the news and really sighed. And the team leader also thought about maybe she needed a break. But she went to the nursing in charge and thank you very much for your kindness. But my job here is to stick on my position and to perform my duty. Our medical team to support Enshi. Enshi, among the other cities and prefectures in Hubei, the Tujia village has a very precious gift that is very priceless, so they always give this gift to the most noble guests. So a couple days ago, our medical team received 43 pairs of Xilankabu shoes given by an unknown person. In the letter he left, he expressed his appreciation to the hard work made by our medical team. So this is also another very encouraging story. And we tried a lot of ways to find out these unknown people. And finally we found that person, but he said that it's just one of the way I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude. I don't want to really in the media. So the medical team said that Enshi, our brother, thanks to the Tianjin team, and the Tianjin medical team also brought our favorite food, the fried dove twist, to give our friend in Enshi. Another story is at the beginning of the epidemic, we had a serious situation, shortage of protective suits. The hospitals in Tianjin altogether only got around 10,000 protective suits. When they heard a shortage of protective suits in Hubei Province, Tianjin actually sent 5,000 protective suits to Hubei Province in a timely fashion to fulfill the needs in Hubei frontline. There are actually a lot of these kind of stories. Don't have further time to elaborate in details. Thank you.
您好，我是新华日报交汇点的记者。我们了解到呀，江苏的原湖北医疗队在重症患者
新华 Daily,
积极的成效。
Jiangsu province actually has gained a quite promising progress in treating critical patients. What kind of the target measures have you taken, and what kind of experience have you accumulated through the treatment? Thank you for your question. Let me share with you some set of numbers. As of March 6, the Jiangsu pairing team to Wuhan accumulated the 11 to 5 patients, 768 cured or developed to DA mild symptoms, and right now the 3 hospitals under our management reached 0 fatal. Although arrived at Huangshi, we had admitted 107 patients. The cure rate right now is 65.1%. The Central Steering Group made 2 inspections on the work carried out in Huangshi, saying that the treatment is reasonable and standardized, and gave a full acknowledge of the practice given by Jiangsu Province medical team. Treating the critical cases is top of our agenda, and we have taken the following methods. First, we have used the best resources to the critical cases. The best team of experts, the medical equipment to treat the most critical patients. Since January 25th, the doctor from the infectious disease, CCM, and the respiratory disease is dispatched to Hubei, and we can tell that we sent the best team to Hubei. Among our 2,804 medics, more than 1,000 actually had experience in dealing with the patients in severe or critical conditions. ECMO, respirator, mobile, the ECG monitors, and other medicals also mobilized from Jiangsu, and we also to call on the cured patients to donate their plasma. So far, we have received 6,500 millimeter to treat the patients. So we had established one team dedicated to one critical cases. For each critical case, we also conducted a targeted and personal treatment plan. We conducted 2 regular discussion meetings, and the panel of experts also conducted regular meetings twice a day, and they discussed case by case of each critical patient and look into the problems or difficulties facing in our treatment. Third, we also give a full play to the telemedicine and multi-discipline functions. So for a lot of patients, quite senior age, a lot of them with the underlying disease. So we focus on taking the platform of the CCM and also work with the doctors from the Department of Geriatrics, the cerebral surgery, and as well as the doctors from Department of Digestive Systems work together to develop the therapeutic plan. And we also have fully leveraged strands of the headquarters. And we had opened the telemedicine consultation system, which means the general hospitals in Jiangsu all moved to Hubei through this online platform. Based on the needs of the treatment, we conduct the consultation and discussions on the treatment of critical patients. And first, in order to achieve desired results, we always would like to identify the critical case at early time. We look at the clinical manifestations. We would like to give the therapy as early as possible in order to block the way to severe or critical condition from the medical system. And we also organize a group of experts to screen the possibility cases developing to the severe situation. Jiangsu is a big province with the strong medical capabilities. In Wuhan makeshift, and we had practiced the TCM and also giving the acupuncture or helping to treat the patients. In the Huangshi designated hospital, that's the Yuse hospital, that's for the centralized places for mild symptoms, and also have the personal prescription for each patient. 80% of the patients were changed for better after received the TCM treatment. And we can see all these approved good results of our treatment. Going forward, we will further consolidate the progress we have achieved and also come up with the effective therapeutic plans. And we also mobilize the key resources to treat the critical cases and cure them and discharge from the hospital. Thank you. My question to Mr. Lu from Hainan TV. In your introduction, you talk about actually a large number of daily necessities as donated to Hubei Province. Can you talk more in detail? Thank you very much for your questions from Hainan Province. Talking about Hainan Province, it's a quite big province. We are big. Talking about the landscape, the 34,000 square kilometers, but we not that well developed. After the outbreak of COVID-19, the Hainan province spare no effort, mobilize all available resources, and people across the life work together to support Hubei. From February 1st, we allocated the fruits and vegetables to Hubei, and so far we sent 13 batches, reaching more than 4,500 metric tons. Besides Sansha municipality, 17 prefectures all made donations in terms of vegetables, fruits, meat, poultry, eggs to Wuhan, Jingzhou, Huanggang, Xiaogan, Ezhou. So the medical teams in Hubei province and also people in Hubei all received this warm and kindness donation. And we also sent yesterday around 132 tons of mango. And we also had 100 metric tons of cucumbers, watermelons to Hubei from Hainan province, and should delivered around by more than 200 trucks. For these truck drivers, actually, they prepare the water, food by themselves. They drive the trucks day and night, and they didn't would make any additional trouble to the people or the places along the route. We talk about this one company, a medical company, had bought the medical supplies around 2 million RMB, and also more than 80 million to buy the daily necessities, and also right now plan to buy additional batch of daily necessities with 2 million RMB to Hubei. And also one of our village, the villagers who bought the assaulted duck with their own donations to send to Hubei. And also when we try to buy Wenchang chicken from one of our place in Hainan, once a shop owner known that actually all these Wenchang chicken will send to Hubei Province, and he's saying that I will not recharge you because I'm doing this for the greater good. And we also have the people that made a donation of 200,000 RMB and also made a gift card with messages with each box of fruit and vegetables. And also actually this donation made by a group of students. And the medical team and the people in Hubei received these warm messages and products, and they also sent a thank you message through a video clip to this group of people. All these healing stories tell that we work together and united for sure to win the battle. From Tianjin, would you please talk about the highlights of our work carried out in Enshi? Thank you for your question. Maybe some of you have already noted that there's an article released by Xinhua News Agency. So that's a story between Tianjin and Enshi. So that story is about a joint efforts made by Tianjin and Enshi to fight against COVID-19. Under the deployment of the CBC Central Committee and the State Council, Tianjin municipalities shoulder our responsibilities. This is something we should do with no delay. We talk about there's actually a quite long distance between Tianjin and Enshi, but that distance cannot separate our emotional link between the people in both places. So we received the call from the State Council, and only within one day we organized a team and arrived in Enshi. And upon our arrival, we rushed to the front line because every minute to the patient counted. So far, we have dispatched 3 batches of medical workers in 10 hospitals and 9 CDCs. Right now, they are still fighting on the front line. To answer your question, I would like to give you some our key highlights. First of all, the leadership from both sides have attached great importance. The municipal government always treated the issues in Enshi as our own affairs, and we also had the teleconference with the leadership from Enshi to talk about carrying out program. And the leadership from Tianjin and under the unified deployment of Enshi locality made our proactive actions to treat people there. Because we're from one family, we work toward the one single goal, and we work together to forge ahead. Second, regarding treatment of patients, especially the patients in a critical or severe condition, we established a 3-1-1 models. So one expert, 3 ways of consultation mechanism, 1 consolidated therapeutic plan. So through our practice of this model, we have received a good progress. And we also had a good interaction between the front line and back up. So Tianjin had quite rich resources in medical system, and we also conducted a 24-hour telemedicine mechanism in order to solve the patient with other diseases. We also introduced one hospital from Tianjin to Enshi. So far, I've heard that every day we have the residents in Enshi actually utilize this platform. It is an online platform. So they made their consultation online with the doctors from Tianjin. So we talk about we should have focus on 2 fronts. The one front is to treat patients, another is to cut off the spread of the virus at the source. That is why we have taken many proactive measures, organizing a group of experts from Department of Nosocomial Infectious Management, and they have conducted the on-site visit to different places, and they also solved the problems once they found them. And also we have conducted trainings to local practitioners from the Department of Nosocomial Infectious Management. I believe all these efforts is to make sure that there is no further spreading of the virus. And first, we'll also focus on psychological counseling and interference. We talk about in each medical team and a small medical group, we had one psychologist. They work with the team for consultation if a patient encountered mental issues or are doctors facing depression. The doctors from Department of Psychology will play their role, and we also very focused on the mental health, not only for the doctors, also for the patients. So the interviewed by the TV station and also giving lectures, organizing classes. So by doing so, it helps us to deal with the shortage of psychology teachers or instructors in certain places. In this joint battle, people in Enshi and our medical team from Tianjin actually have formed a quite deep friendship. We work together, create the synergy, and we also have conducted many productive discussions and research on the key problems and projects. I believe we will also carry this cooperation further. But of course, right now, the top priority is the epidemic prevention and control. That said, we also to take more initiative in exploring the different ways under different topics with the team in Enshi. Due to the interest of time, I just would like to give you some highlights of our work. Now, one last question. From Jiangsu TV, my question is, how the Jiangsu team carry out the instructions made by General Secretary Xi Jinping? Thank you for your question. The Jiangsu province has earnestly implemented the instructions and also the practice, the multi-level guarantee responsibility work mechanism. First, we have a clear coordination cooperation. The leadership always attach great importance on our powering up program to Huangshi, and we have also improved the mechanism at all levels, make sure our powering up program can have a solid progress and implementation. In accordance with the requirement of the interagency mechanism, we worked with the team in Huangshi and to formulate a working plan in Huangshi and also set up the goals and key priorities in our work. And also under the unified leadership of the localities, and we also conducting regular consultation discussion mechanism, and different working groups also have their working mechanism and meetings to coordinate and cooperate in key areas. And second, we have made the intensified efforts to treat the patients, and based on the A4 consultation in terms of patients, experts, resources, and treatment, and also based on the A4 categories of patients, we conducted the classified and differentiated treatment plans. We have expanded the bed capacity in designated hospitals, and also have more than 20 SCU beds available, 60 beds available in CCI, make sure we can achieve the goal of leaving no patients unattended. And we have also mobilized the key resources and the best resources personnel to treat the critical cases, and also we work out the standardized the treatment process to treat mild symptoms, make sure all these efforts target the results of improving the admission rate and recovery rate, as well as lowering the infectious disease rate and the mortality rate. We also organize a group of experts, number 20, to conduct the visit to the different townships, look at their nosocomial infectious management as well as the hospital management. And we also conduct a visit on the how they manage the public areas as well as a fever clinic. And for the personnel discharged from the hospital, we also conduct follow-up visits. And for the key areas such as nursing houses, we also emphasize on the work of disinfection and infectious prevention and control. And we also help to test the samples of 6,500, make sure that samples can be tested without delay on a daily basis. So we also help the people in the local laboratories to improve their skill sets. And we also make all-out efforts to mobilize the medical supplies and also to call on the donations from Jiangsu province across the life for fulfill the needs of key material supplies and the equipment. So far, based on our knowledge, the donations from Jiangsu to Huangshi reached 100 million. Going forward, we will continue to implement earnestly the decisions and arrangement of the CBC Central Committee and State Council, and we will work together with Huangshi to raise to the challenges and overcome difficulties, and giving the priorities on treating patients in critical condition and to win a complete victory in fighting against COVID-19. Thank you all the speakers, and this is the end of our press conference.